everyone, Karen Becker here. I'm going to attempt to post weekly tips on co-parenting. So if there's anything that you want to see or questions that you have, feel free to comment below or reach out to me via my website, which is going to be at the end. For this week, though, the first tip that I have is that in order to start co-parenting, you don't actually need both of the co-parents to be on board with it. It really does start with just you. So if you're able to change your communication style, over time, watch as that will change the communication for that of your co-parent. This is something we go over in the course that I teach, and you can find more information about that online as well. But it's the #1 best tip. Next, be consistent. There are people that I work with that say, all I want is for him to just email me, or all I want is to communicate just via text. And what happens is the other person doesn't understand that message and goes back and forth and changes communication all the time. Be consistent with how you communicate, and that will then turn into more trust from them. Be positive. This one should go without saying, but I say it because there are times when your co-parent may feel like you are attacking them, and that may not be the case at all. The more positive that you can be without being fake, the better the communication will be received. And finally, the last tip that I have is the 4 agreements. If you haven't looked at this book, it's by Don Miguel Ruiz, and what it says is that you make 4 agreements with yourself, and it'll lead to a happier life and better communication and interactions with people overall. Those tips start with being impeccable with your word. If you say you're going to do something, do that. If something comes up and you're not able to follow through, that's okay. Just communicate that. Next, don't take anything personally. This is the biggest mistake that happens in co-parenting relationships. Emotions are so high, and there's so much bitterness and anger and resentment, and people assume that what their ex is saying is a personal attack on them. This leads into the 3rd one. Don't make assumptions. It may actually be an attack on you, but it might not be an attack on you too. And if you're assuming that what they're saying and what they're doing is all about you personally, that's going to lead to an argument that may never have had to come to happen. And then finally, always do your best. We're not perfect. Emotions are high. This is our children we're talking about. So there is going to be higher emotions than there would be in anything else. So just do your best. And if something happens, just go back, apologize, move on, and start over. Finally, you can see my website is KarenBeckerLifeCoach.com. Feel free to comment below with questions after this tip, with comments about what you'd like to see going forward, or to check out more information about the co-parenting class or read the co-parenting blog. Thank you.